What's going on, everybody? This is your host, Demetrius, with the PPP Panthers Prime Podcast. Hey, with training camp fast approaching, I think it's time now that we start looking at the schedule for games that I feel are important games for us to win, but not only for us to win, but to keep the morale up around the organization and the fan base. I believe that last year we only had a couple back-to-back wins, so I think it's important with looking at the schedule that we establish a lot of back-to-back wins and wins that are important for division ranking and, just to establish a dominancy on the road. So starting off week 1 in Atlanta, that is a must-win game. The Atlanta Falcons are a pretty good team this year on defense. They've stacked their lineup pretty good on the defensive side, and it's going to be an actual, game, in my opinion, man. I believe Carolina has to come out with all cylinders, going when it comes out to this game. It will not be kind of like the last game that we had in Charlotte where we blew them out. Yes, we do see quarterback Desmond Ridder will be there, but hey, they may pull something out their sleeve, so we have to be ready week 1. And plus, it's a good opening statement to just come out week 1 and dominate from the beginning. So I believe Carolina needs to win this game week 1. Week 2, Monday night game. That's a must-win game in my opinion. Why? Because it's the first home game. The morale's going to be up. If you go to any ticketing website right now, this game right here is almost halfway sold out. It's looking like this is going to be one of those games where the morale is going to be extremely high in Charlotte, and it will be a great start to the season to come off of an Atlanta win and then to start off with a home win in Charlotte. That's a must-win game for the Carolina Panthers. Now, let's go to week 3, September 24th. We go all the way to the West Coast, all the way to Seattle. In my opinion, after what happened last year, the Seattle Seahawks are going to be looking for some get-back with quarterback Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. They're going to be looking for some get-back this year because we totally dismantled their offense and defense last year. So, in my opinion, that is a must-win game. More so just for bragging rights, in my opinion. Will it help our chances of making it to the postseason? Absolutely, but this game right here will be really for bragging rights that, hey, we beat you last year with Sam Darnold, PJ Walker, and the crew that we had last year. We're going to beat you this year with Bryce Young. Let's go to week 4. Week 4, October 1st. We have the Vikings. To me, this isn't really a statement game in a sense, in my opinion. More so maybe for Adam Thielen because this is his old team in the Minnesota Vikings. I do see that we might have a little bit of issue if we don't have our backfield corrected with J.C. Horn and also with D-Jack. We're going to have a little issue dealing with Justin Jefferson, but I believe that we'll be able to maintain and handle what we need to handle. But this is not, in my opinion, a must-win game. It would be nice to win, but this is not a must-win game. All right, let's go to week 5, October 8th, Detroit. In Detroit, this is going to be a powerhouse game. We got Deuce Staley, and he's going to be pumped up to go back to his old team to, disrupt them and bring a lot of shame to the organization. On the football field. So I believe that Deuce Staley is going to have these guys amped up and ready to go come week 5 in the Lions in Detroit. I don't believe that this is a must-win game, but it will be real nice for Deuce to have that win. Now, to a game that I feel is a must-win for more than one reason. We're going to go to week 6. Now, week 6 is right before the bye week. That is important. I believe it's always important to go into the bye week with a win. And we are playing the Miami Dolphins in Miami. If you remember last time we played the Dolphins, we got destroyed. I believe that was the year that Cam Newton came back and he played. I want to say that may have been like the 3rd or 4th game that he played. And we got destroyed, picked off twice. So it would be really, really good for us to go down to Miami and get a win. Now, this is a game that I feel we have to have a lot of cornerback help. We have Tyreek Hill, we have Waddle, and believe it or not, we have Chosen. We have Robbie Anderson that's going to be on the other side of the ball for the first time seeing us. He went to Arizona. We did not play them at that time, but this is a game that I feel we have to win going into the bye. We have to have that morale built up because, I mean, these guys are fast. We have to have our corners on point, and we have to just make sure that we cross our T's and dot our I's, especially for this game. Then we have a bye week, week 7. We come back for the game that I feel is probably going to be one of the most important games this year for Bryce Young and all of the CJ Stroud, believers. I was once one of them, so I will be definitely at this game. And that is going to be a home game, October 29th, 1 p.m. on Sunday against the Houston Texans. So we already know DeMeco Ryan, first-year head coach. We traded up to get number 1. We got Bryce Young. They got CJ Stroud. It's going to be a battle between number 1 and number 2. And hopefully, number 1 comes out on top. But this is a game that I feel the Carolina Panthers must win. They have to win this game in order to keep the morale going and just, knock down the conversations of people who believe that the Carolina Panthers should have gotten CJ Stroud. I'm all on Bryce Young train right now. So it would be nice for us to go ahead and have a win come week 8. Week 9, this is a big one for our head coach. We're playing November 5th, 1 p.m. against the Colts. That is going to be a good game. Frank Wright wants to get some get back against his old organization, and I feel like this is going to be a time for him to really showcase what they did not see in him while he was in Indianapolis. It's going to be a lot of fireworks, a lot of deep balls, in my opinion. We're going to see a lot of that in this game come November 5th. November 9th, I will definitely be at this game. November 9th. It's a Thursday game. Going to Chicago. You guys already know we traded up from number 9 to number 1 to get the number 1 pick from the Bears. The Bears got a litany of people. They got DJ Moore, Deontay Foreman. They also got PJ Walker. And guys, it's looking like they have circled this game on their calendar. So it's only right for us to circle it on our calendar as well. I would definitely be up there. I've already booked my hotel, but this is a must-win game. Why? Not necessarily for, positioning in the NFC. I think more so just to, slap it in the Bears fans' face that, hey, you said that you guys fleeced us. We come out with a win, and we're going to see really who got fleeced. So this game has been marked on my calendar since the schedule has came out, and this is going to be a good one up there in Chicago. Now, let's go to November 19th. We have the Dallas Cowboys here in Charlotte. Is this a must-win game? No, it's not. But because I cannot stand the Dallas Cowboys and their fans, this is a must-win game for the Carolina Panthers. I believe that with the likes of Ezekiel Elliott not being there anymore, the whole Cowboys organization or their offensive line doesn't really have an identity, and really didn't have an identity for the past, I want to say, year or two. We weren't seeing that explosive Ezekiel Elliott, so it's going to be kind of fun to see how they maneuver, Dak Prescott and how they get that running game going without the likes of Ezekiel Elliott. But I don't believe that this is a game that we must win. It would be nice to win so we can shut down all of those Cowgirl fans. All right, week 12, we have the Tennessee Titans, November 26th. This is a 1 p.m. game. This is, in my opinion, isn't a must-win game. We really, we can lose this game and really not have too much to worry about. In my opinion, it would be nice to win, but this to me isn't a game that we have to win. That we have to win in order to prove anything or to move forward. It would be nice to win, but this isn't a game that I feel is a must-win game. Now, this is a stretch right here that I feel is most important. December 3rd, December 10th, and going over to the next week. This is all divisional games, back to back to back, 3 weeks in a row. The first game we play is against the Bucks. The second week is the Saints. The third week is Atlanta. These 3 games are must-win games. We cannot lose not one of these games at all. I'm expecting Carolina to go on a 3-win streak in these 3 weeks. First game against the Bucks, who has their quarterback at Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield has some splash moves, some splash plays last year, especially when he went over to the LA Rams. We saw what he did in that unbelievable comeback game that he played for with the Rams last year. But outside of that, we don't really see an identity yet for the Bucks. To me, they're not really a strong contender in the NFC South this year, and I don't expect them, with the departure of Tom Brady, to still carry on that championship mentality. I believe that they have a hard time getting established this year, and it's ironic that we don't play them all the way until week 14, actually week 13 this year. So, hey, I don't believe that they're going to win this game. I believe that we're going to come out on top, and it's going to be a good game. Then we have the Saints, week 14. That is a must-win game. We're going to be in New Orleans, in the Superdome, or the Mercedes-Benz Dome, whatever they call it. We're going to be out there in New Orleans. This is a must-win game. We have to remember that we must have our cornerbacks on point. We have Olave. We have a lot of speed on that side, and not to mention Derek Carr is their quarterback. He's no scrub. Now, the last of the 3-game stretch that I feel the Carolina Panthers must win is against Atlanta, and this is in Charlotte. We have home field advantage. We must come out on top in this game. We have to win. Whatever we did week 1, we have to do it in week 15 against Atlanta again to go ahead and secure the #1 spot in the NFC South. I believe if we win these 3 games, we are a shoo-in to be NFC South champions. All right? Now, let's go to December 24th. Another Christmas Eve game. Last year it was against the Lions. This year it's against Green Bay in Charlotte. So ironic. Hopefully it won't be as cold as it was last year, where it was 20 degrees. Nevertheless, we have quarterback love. We don't have Aaron Rodgers there, so it's kind of hard to say whether or not this is going to be a box office game with Aaron Rodgers' departure. But I believe that this is a game that we must win. I believe that we carry on our win streak all the way into the Green Bay game. That's week 16, December 24th. Then week 17, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is not a must-win game in my opinion. This is going to be in Jacksonville. The Jaguars are in the AFC. This game right here, to me, really, unless we have some unfortunate outcome earlier in the season with wins versus losses, I don't believe if we lose this game, we're going to be out of it. So I don't believe that this Jacksonville game is worth too much if we lose it. Now, to finish off the year, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This, to me, is a must-win game only if we are in a position that we have to win this game in order to win the South or get into a wild card or whatever position we need to have. If we beat Atlanta and the Saints week 1 and week 2, and then we go on the 3-week stretch, that is December 3rd, December 10th, and the week after that, I do believe that we can rest a lot of our starters on this game and get prepared for the postseason. So do I believe that this is a must-win game? Yes and no, only if we need it for ranking position, only if we need it to go ahead and solidify either a playoff position or if we need it to get the #1 spot in the NFC South. So there you have it, guys. That's what I believe that the Carolina Panthers need this year as far as win-losses, which games are important to me, which games aren't important to me. So guys, check it out. And hey, I hope you enjoyed the video.